Good morning. I slept so good last night. I'm tucked in here at the boys' shelter. I had it all to myself. It got pretty cold last night. Definitely didn't get down to like the 20s, like Mountain Forecast said was going to happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was like high 30s, low 40s. Definitely was chilly, especially with the rain coming in and cooling everything down. Right as I got to the shelter last night. But I was nice and cozy. I had some of those like little toe warmers stuck to my socks, which was amazing. And I slept super, super good. This is my view. I'll show you guys. Definitely having a hard time getting out of bed this morning because it is so chilly and I'm so cozy, and it rained probably at least until 10 or 11 yesterday, so it was like straight rain from like 4:30 to 11. So I think it's going to be really muddy and really wet out there with how cold it is out right now. Even I'm just like not looking forward to getting soaked while hiking and then being cold. So I only have about 16 miles to do today. I can push to 19 if I really feel like it. But since I did the 20 yesterday, I think I might take it easy, and I'm getting a late start this morning. Waiting for things to dry off a bit and for it to warm up. But it's probably about 7 o'clock right now, so I should really start to move.
Beautiful and clear out this morning, but really, really windy. So, got my rain jacket on. This is another added layer of wind protection, and got some hot hands going. And just keeping an eye out for, falling branches and stuff like that, because there are a lot of wind makers on this section of trail. So, it's not the most comforting thing, but at least it's not raining. This is the view from the Skyline Lodge. Really, really beautiful. I wasn't gonna make it here yesterday. Obviously the rain hit, so I had no shot of making it here, but that is a beautiful view. And supposedly, way off in the distance, you can see Mount Moosilauke on a perfect day. This is some spectacular fall hiking. It is so nice and cool and crisp. It feels nice to hike in all my layers. Like I'm nice and cozy. And Long Trail hasn't gotten insanely hard yet. I know that's gonna come up here soon. I think in the next day and a half or so. But today I'm going to begin the climb of my first 4K, Mount Lincoln, and I will summit that tomorrow morning and then head down into Waits Field so I can resupply. Then the hope is to get right back on trail. But you know me, the plan might change. So I started using these Alani energy sticks. They're 200 milligrams of caffeine. So I'll throw back half and then take the other half later. But my question is, it says activate with water. Activate what? The caffeine? Do you think that they put that there so that teenagers don't snort it? I don't know, just my thought.
It's like, it's early for lunch, but I think we'll,
It's a good spot for it.
I was going to say, I think we'll take it.
It's a good spot for it.
Yeah, we're not going to get another one, so.
Yeah, and no views yesterday, just over that lake, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was
It
nice.
was not much. I love your hat. I keep staring at it.
Oh my gosh. I finally saw other through hikers. A couple of nobos named Curly Turtle and Flex. They hiked the AT back in, I think it was 2018 or 19. And oh my gosh, we were all just so excited to see other hikers that we just gabbed for a minute. Really, really lovely people. So fun. And I think we're all gonna see each other at trail days next year. Or if I'm lucky, I'll see them again on trail because they're doing shorter miles, but they're gonna be skipping a couple of sections. So really hoping I run into them again. So nice to talk to other hiker trash. I didn't realize how much I missed that. You know, the community part of the AT is just as much as the trail itself. So I feel like I missed how easy it was to just make a new friend. So yeah, really cool people. All right, stopping at the Coulee Glen shelter to eat some lunch. It's about 1 o'clock. I have done, I think, 9-something miles already today. We're working with about 6 hours of daylight. So I know for a fact I'll be able to make it the total of 16 today, but it'll be interesting to see if I have enough time to do 19 today. But that would involve going up and over Lincoln. I don't know. Seems ambitious. I don't know if I want to push that hard. I really, you know what, now that I'm saying it, I really don't. But we'll see. I've surprised myself in the past. I'm starting to see more hikers now. After running into Curly, Turtle, and Flex. I've seen a few more folks, which is nice. I'm not the only person out here. But while I'm hiking, I definitely am. I like barely see anybody. Yeah, I can eat some lunch and get back on the road. Another nice thing about hiking in the fall is that you're in the big refrigerator, so you don't have to worry if your pepperoni is going bad. I stopped to eat lunch at the Coulee Glen shelter. While I was sitting there, it started to rain a little bit, which I was grateful that I was in the shelter around that time. So waited a little bit longer and then got going and realized my body temp had dropped like quite a bit while I was sitting there eating, which when I was hiking in February and March was something I just got used to, that when you stop moving, you get really cold. And forgotten what that felt like. So I put on all my layers and started hiking and was feeling a bit nervous. I was like, is it too cold for me to be out here? And then my body temp went back up the second I started moving. So it's just funny. The kind of lessons that sometimes you just have to relearn once you're back on trail. So feeling good now. I'm up here and the wind is blowing a bit, and I am heading down into Lincoln Gap, and then I'm gonna do most of the climb up to Lincoln today, but I'm just gonna push to the Battell shelter so that my legs are nice and fresh for the summit tomorrow, and then I can head down into the Appalachian Gap, hitch into town, and get back on, and I'm not overdoing it today. And just like that, 30 minutes later, blue skies and the sun is back out. Ledges. Too windy to stick around very long, but it is really beautiful. I have another view coming up here shortly. Then I gotta head down to Lincoln Gap, and then I gotta head up to the shelter before it starts to rain again, because it's looking like rain on the horizon. Oh yeah. It's like I'm back in the whites, baby. Let's do some rock scrambling. All right, y'all. I made it to the Battell shelter. It's about 5 o'clock. That is just about a 16-mile day. Thought about pushing up and over Mount Abraham. Not Mount Lincoln. Mount Abraham. Tonight, but it would be another 3 miles to the next shelter. And there is no water at that shelter, so I'd have to carry all of my water there. And additionally, it has started raining again. So take it all as a sign to stay here. I'm right on track for mileage in order to be done. When I need to be done, I'm actually ahead of schedule. So tomorrow morning I'll just wake up early, hike it all the way down to Appalachian Gap, get into town, resupply, get back on trail, and see how far I make it. Hoping to do 14 tomorrow, but with going into town, that seems ambitious. So expecting to push as far as I can. I don't know. Hopefully 12 at least, but probably 10 seems likely. I guess that just depends on how lucky I am with hitches. But yeah, I'm all done. Gonna get cozy and prepare for a very cold night. All right, dinner tonight. Spicy, sweet and spicy tuna mac in my fancy new Tokes pot. I threw away my enormous family size pot the day before I summited Katahdin because it was beat up and it had had its run. So now I have this cute little guy that I honestly miss my family size pot. That thing was so nice, but this is good too. All right, I'm gonna eat and turn in. It's gonna be close to, if not below freezing tonight, so just gonna try not to die. Good night.